ready for this one?
I'm ready.
I'm Shannon.
And I'm Seth.
And we're Mountain Hollow Homestead.
After 7 days of brutal cold, ice, and snow, it has finally warmed up to 18 degrees out here. I'm Seth with Mountain Hollow Homestead. I am back out to the farm, moving more of these branches and logs that I cut. So we do only have about 45 days left before we have to get the horse and donkeys here in this little paddock. And so I am back out here braving the cold to hopefully clear up this whole area. So we do have to get some kind of fence up in here, and it's going to be difficult if it doesn't thaw out some. So piles of logs like this and sticks like this, I am taking over here to one day be burned in this other field. So my task for today is to load up this wood into the back of the truck, take it over to that pile over in the field, and once I get this area cleaned up enough, I'm going to be working over here along the rock wall. I'm going to cut out some of the thorns so I can access those trees, and anything that is leaning over into the paddock, like those right there, I'm going to be cutting out and also hauling away. So a lot of work to do. Let's go ahead and get started. You're watching the Mountain Hollow Homestead. Shannon and I bought a 20-acre farm that has been neglected for a long time. We're thinking 15 to 20 years, and we are turning this into our very own paradise or homestead. And so we are just beginning small projects at a time. So she's actually here today up in the hoarder's house cleaning up a whole bunch of stuff. That video will be coming out soon. It's going to be a compilation of several days, but it is quite a mess in there. So you've got me today just doing a lot more tree work and hopefully getting some progress made today. Kind of fear that some of these will be frozen together, but I will try to get them separated and hauled away. I've lived in this area now for 27 years, a little bit lower elevation than the farm here, and so I've seen some pretty cold weather, but from my house to here is about 5 to 10 degrees colder, and so we are going to have to prepare in the future to have a lot of emergency backup heat and preparedness for the animals as well, because it does get quite cold here up on top of the mountain. The property I've owned for the past 13 years is about 9.5 acres. Now I thought that was a lot of land, but I actually only used about 3 acres of that on the regular. And so now that we're moving up to this 20-acre farm, it's a bit more daunting because my other property was a lot of hills, not a whole lot of usable land. I actually had to build my shop way away from the house just to be able to find a flat spot to use. Now Shannon's property is also a lot of hills, but she does have more flat land than I've got. The sad thing is it's kind of in the floodplain, and so not super usable. And so when we were looking for property, we had a huge list of things that we wanted to find. Shannon and I will do a different video on our criteria for farmland, but she and I both agree that 20 acres of flat land here in the mountains is kind of daunting to think about, because we want to actually use the majority of this land. So to kind of help with that overwhelmed feeling, we've decided to take little sections at a time, which I feel like is the best way to go. So to start off with, we're working here on this horse paddock, which, I mean, square footage wise, I don't know, maybe it's 400 feet by 400 feet, something like that. So not huge, but enough to give us several weeks, if not months, of work to do. So Shannon and I are both over 40. Do you think that this is too old to be bringing back to life a 20-acre farm? Let me know in the comments down below. We're excited about it, so I don't think that we're too old. Now, my parents, who are in their late 60s, did say it was too late for them to do this kind of work. So, but then a friend of mine also said he was glad that it was me and not him doing this work, because he was too old at 40. So let me know what you think. I'm excited. I hope to have at least 40 more years of fun here on this property. The wood that I'm picking up here is from a tulip poplar tree. I cut this section down first. I've still got the bigger section to go. I counted the rings on this one and it's 17. So this tree has been growing here for 17 years. The other one seems bigger, so probably 18, 19, 20 years. And I think this is the tree that has caused some damage in the basement of this horse stables. I think that there is some of the blocks that are popping out because the tree has been growing into the hill and causing this damage. Who knows, maybe, maybe not, but I'm definitely glad to get this thing out of here. Do you remember the old movie Ernest Saves Christmas, where he was in that guy's house ripping the wire out of the walls? I was just finding the end of this barbed wire piece that goes where I was just driving, and I was ripping it out of the grass, and I was thinking, it's just like that old Ernest Saves Christmas movie. Anyway, I'm gonna snip this out of here and roll it out of the way so I have more room to back the truck up in here. I feel like this tree was way more dead than I thought. Most of the branches are super light. All right, well, I started off this morning with a temperature around 15 to 20 degrees. And it is now 40 out here, so it is warming up and a lot better to work in. So I think that's going to be all for today. I've got to go take care of my kiddos for a while, but let me show you around and we can kind of see the difference between when we started and where we're at right now. One of the more notable things is this tree is down, and that really opens up this whole side of the barn a lot. We've got to get those vines off of there somehow. They are really thick. So just for comparison's sake, like here's my hand versus that vine. It is so big. So yeah, I was able to get this pile that was right here out of the way. Got that one mostly out. I've still got to go over here and tackle these. And then I think there's a small pile over here that is gone now. But as you can see, this little paddock is starting to take shape. Of course, over there, the burn pile is getting bigger and bigger. So I'll have to see if I want to either burn this out or use that tool and sling blade it. But yeah, I'm liking it. Good progress so far. Look at that barn. I'm glad we've got that for sure. Well, I think next time when I get here, I will start cutting up and hauling this one off. In this pile here, there's a lot of posts and barbed wire. I'll have to pull all that out and I guess burn it. I don't know. But almost done. Another full day of work, and I am satisfied with that. I hope you've enjoyed this Mountain Hollow Homestead video. A lot more to come, obviously. We've got years worth of work to do, but getting this right here cleaned up is step number one. I'm Seth with Mountain Hollow Homestead, and I will see you in the next video. Is that too gross?
No, it's fine. I can put it in there.
Alright. So
Is it too gross?
Well, I don't know.
Have you seen where we live? Not by choice. Well, we live there by choice, but we didn't mess it up.
We'll say it together. How about that?
Okay. Am I going first?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Seth.
And we're Mountain Hollow Homestead. You were supposed to say it with me.
Sorry, I was just sitting here drooling like, Okay, we'll say it together.
Okay.
All right.
I'm Shannon.
And I'm Seth.
And we're Mountain Hollow Homestead. I'm Shannon.